Right then, Keir Starmer just got absolutely battered by a scandal he's not even in. Yeah, you heard that right. The Prime Minister is facing calls to resign, his own MPs are turning on him, and his name doesn't appear in the Epstein files once. Not a single mention. This is political carnage by association, and it's glorious chaos. And what triggered this unprecedented implosion? Peter Mandelson. The man Starmer handpicked as UK ambassador to the US back in 2024. Turns out Mandelson had what the BBC delicately calls a long-standing relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. And by relationship, we're talking emails, photos, and, wait for it, images of Mandelson without trousers on in the latest file drop. British police have opened a criminal investigation into whether he leaked sensitive financial information to a convicted paedophile. Epstein even sent Mandelson's husband nearly $20,000 for a course. This isn't just another Westminster scandal. We're talking about a Prime Minister whose judgment is now in absolute tatters. Let me fill you in on what's been happening. Labour MP Rachel Maskell told the BBC that Starmer's position has now become untenable and that it is inevitable that the Prime Minister is going to have to step down. Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch said it's a question of when, not if he goes. Even the Liberal Democrats' Ed Davey has called for a confidence vote. Starmer's own party is eating him alive, and he's desperately trying to shift blame. On Thursday, he apologised but laid everything on Mandelson, saying he was sorry for having believed Mandelson's lies. He claims Mandelson portrayed Epstein as someone he barely knew during the ambassador interview and failed the basic test of honesty. But here's where the rubber meets the road. Starmer is the one who appointed Mandelson. He's the one who facilitated this political comeback. And before we go any further, let's be real for a second. You don't just hand someone the keys to the US Embassy without proper vetting. This is like hiring a builder who tells you he's only vaguely heard of asbestos, then discovering his entire previous project was condemned. Hit subscribe if you want the daily dose of political chaos delivered with actual analysis, because this story is unraveling fast. Here's where it gets interesting. Starmer insists it was public knowledge that Mandelson and Epstein knew each other, but claims none of us knew the depth and the darkness of that relationship. Now here's the kicker. If it was public knowledge they knew each other, why wasn't that enough to trigger serious scrutiny for one of the most sensitive diplomatic positions on earth? Think about that for a second. Either Starmer's vetting process is catastrophically incompetent, or he knew more than he's letting on. Neither option is good. Badenoch accused Starmer of ignoring security advice about Mandelson, though she's been questioned about why she didn't raise those concerns earlier. Her response? She didn't need to say every single thing. Convenient. Subscribe if you're enjoying this breakdown, because the finger-pointing is only getting started. So let's break down what this actually means for normal people. First, the immediate political impact is catastrophic. Starmer's authority is shredded. His own MPs are publicly calling for his head. Second, the broader implications are that Labour's entire credibility on judgment and security is in free fall. Third, the electoral consequences could be seismic. If Starmer survives this, he's governing as a lame duck. So here's the deal. Keir Starmer is being crucified for a scandal he's not in, appointed by a man he claims lied to him, and is now fighting for his political life. Starmer says he's frustrated that the focus is not on his agenda because of the misbehavior and deceit of other people. Mate, you appointed him. Keep an eye on this. If more files drop, Starmer's done. Subscribe if you want tomorrow's inevitable drama delivered with the same energy, because this story is far from over.